Welcome to Technology in the Church, Social Media. This is a new course through Be a Disciple. We're hoping to get a lot of new people out there to use and embrace technology. We're going to learn about some different technology, as you can see on the screen. We have different types, anything from YouTube to Skype. So we're hoping we can get a lot out of this, and you can use all these different aspects of social media to enhance different things that you're already doing in the church, or maybe even start something new. Technology sometimes is a four-letter word, even though it's obviously a lot more letters than that, because people are not liking change. But if we can embrace technology and use it to do our goal and enhance it, not necessarily take over, it can be a really good thing. The other part of this, social media. I'm sure we've all heard the different horror stories, especially if we have any accounts on any of these sites, along with the news reports and so forth on how bad social media can be. But social media can also be very good. We can do a lot with advertising and a lot of other stuff that we'll learn about in the course. One thing I'm hoping we can get around is understanding how social media is very similar to newsprint of the day or other forms of communication. You can always have good communication, but unfortunately you can always have bad communication. Social media and technology is just getting it out there faster and for more people to see, but there's really no difference in that end of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Just want to give you a brief introduction. My name's Frank Friend. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a good picture, so I believe I have the picture of when I was on St. Baldrick's on the website for Be a Disciple. When you log in, when they click on that instructor link, has a brief biography of me. As far as church-related stuff goes, I used to be Baptist. Don't hold that against me. If you're Baptist, then hey, that's great. I changed over to Methodist once I switched churches and found a nice family home in the Trinity Church of Tandsboro. So that was really nice. I love it there. Been doing a lot of things there. I kind of feel like Bugs Bunny sometimes because we're a small church, and anybody that has a small church knows that you usually end up wearing many hats because there's not enough people to go around to give one hat to each person. So with that said, I've done everything from lay leader to getting my official lay speaker certification qualifications being done right now. I'm a certified lay servant. I take over for the pastor or give him a hand if he needs a break and do sermons from time to time. I do the video operations where we record our services. I do all the aspects of social media and the website maintenance and so forth. So kind of do a little bit of everything in church, which I'm sure most of you do as well. I do have a background. I have a side job doing and maintaining websites and maintaining different forms of social media. Also, in high school, I was going to be a computer science major all through college, and then I switched out to fire science. Go figure. Left the science in there at least. So I do have a background in this stuff. I use this stuff constantly, but as I found out through technology, there is no possible way you can learn everything. There's so much to know out there. So I'm hoping that this can be a two-way street class where I learn stuff from you, you hopefully grab something from me and learn something and gain some knowledge that you can use in your own church. So I'm really hoping that you can get involved, and any aspects that you are familiar with that maybe I'm not as familiar with, you can share with the class. Alright, what to expect? Well, we're going to learn about different forms of technology, and then we're going to adapt that to where we can use it in the church to make your church services more enhanced, more friendly, and actually, like we said, reach out to more people as well, outside the walls of our church, which is really important. We can grab so many more people, as I know we found out by using different forms of social media. Like I said before, we want to share some tips and ideas, not only what I know, but hopefully what you guys know, and some different things that you guys do in the church. In fact, one of the exercises we're going to do is you guys are going to show us what you do in your own church. And again, we can share and use these ideas to help our own churches out. I love going to different conferences and stuff, whether it be church or otherwise, where I can talk with people in the field of whether it be church or work or whatever, and I can grab ideas from them. Because in the fire service we joke around, we don't steal, we borrow everybody's ideas. So we can actually use them to help one another. You guys are actually going to create profiles and use these parts of social media. It's not just going to be a, hey, this is YouTube, this is what it can do. You're going to actually use that. You're going to actually use the different social media outlets if you don't already have some of them, and we're going to show how we can use them to enhance and benefit the church. So it's going to be a hands-on class as well. Okay, what to expect as far as the layout of the course. I'm pretty flexible. We do have to, obviously, to get cert at the end of the class, show that we're doing stuff throughout the class, but this is kind of what we're looking to do. I know life comes up, so just let me know if you get behind with anything, and we can catch you up. Week 1, we're going to go over Facebook. I'm pretty sure, unless you've lived under a rock, you've heard of Facebook. You may even have an account already, and that's okay. Part of the thing will be creating that, but part of it is also going to be looking at how it's used and maybe creating one for your church. Obviously, like I say, when we get into it, you will have to probably talk with your church to verify that it's okay to use their name and obviously get a Facebook account, because you are going to be representing them. And that's definitely one thing we need to discuss when we get to them, is if you're managing something for the church, you're representing them. So you don't want to do or say or comment on things on any of the social media outlets to make them look bad. I have found out why I personally don't have a Facebook account, but I manage others, because if I were to comment on how I felt, it probably wouldn't look too good on the church. So we need to be concerned about that, and that's some of the things we'll go over with social media too, what to be aware of so we don't get ourselves in trouble. We'll go over Twitter. Everybody heard tweets and hashtags and all those great different words these days that you hear out there on the street, and you know, what the heck is that stuff? We'll try to explain that a little bit better, and we'll show you a one that isn't maybe out there that you hear as much, and that's Hootsuite. And it's a great package, and if you're a busy person and don't have time to sit on the computer all the time, this is a great way to help manage some of your different social media outlets. Alright, we'll get into week 2. The weekend we'll usually try to use to try to catch up on assignments and stuff. So if you do get behind, here's a nice way to catch up on the weekends. We'll start fresh on Monday, the second week, and we're actually going to work on YouTube. We'll create an account, and you guys will actually create and upload and share with the class a video that you guys have done. And this is probably the section, if I remember it, where we're going to actually share some of the ideas that we do in our own churches. And again, can spearhead and inspire some ideas for use in other churches. We'll do Skype, and this is going to be the fun part, at least I think so. I love this program. You can use it to actually do video chats. And our goal is to video chat with one another throughout the course at some time. By doing this, we'll be doing this in the second week. We'll set up some certain times, and we can be flexible in this because obviously, again, life comes into play. We'll try to catch the most amount of people at one time, but we can be flexible in this, and we'll actually talk to one another. And you can see how this can be done to use in a variety of ways within your church. We do it to actually talk to one of our missionaries over in Thailand, which is pretty neat. You're thinking they're right across, they're halfway across the world, and you're talking to them live and in color. So that's pretty neat. So that's basically the schedule, what we're going to cover and try to go over during this class. Any input or extra stuff, love to hear it from you guys. As we can see in the next slide, this is actually what I'm hoping to be part 1 of a 3-part class of technology in the church. Obviously this part, technology in church, part 1, social media. And then I was thinking part 2 could be on communications, how we communicate or better communicate with people outside or inside our church to make it a little bit easier in the technology of today, and how we can make it simpler and more convenient and reach more people in a single bound, so to speak, kind of like Superman. Then another one is service and presentations, how we can enhance our services and make presentations at church for various things, whether it be small groups or church service, and how we can enhance them, how we can make them better through technology and presentations. So there are 3 things we're looking at as continued classes, or part 2 and part 3. Hopefully you'll enjoy this and you'll drum it up to other folks, and then maybe we can get a part 2 and part 3 going as well. So that's where we're looking for now. What I need from you is do your assignments. Go to assignments tab every day. You'll see what the assignment is. They're not terrible. Not gonna keep you there for half a day or anything. But try to keep up with them. That'll make the class easier on you, less stress, because hopefully you're not like me at times where you procrastinate. So do that. You're going to go to a discussion board. It's like a blog where we can interact and talk with each other. You're going to have to make a post each day. Basically, after you do the assignment, things you learned, things you liked, and how you either do use it already, or how you use something similar, or how you plan to use it in your church. Then go to other classmates. Read their comments that they've posted, and then make a comment on that. Hey, yeah, I liked your idea. That's great. I'm going to try it at my church. Or you can ask them questions to try to expand upon what's being said in their comment. So it's nice to get a good interaction there, and again, we're going to learn a lot from each other by doing this. Most important part, ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more everyone will learn. So don't feel like, oh, this is a dumb question, because there truly are no dumb questions. This is how we learn from one another and can inspire new ideas. We can share our thoughts with one another and again learn from each other. And by all means, enjoy the class. Don't make it a class, study, school, oh no, stress thing. Enjoy it. It'll make it go even better. I grabbed the picture there I threw on there. I thought it was kind of neat. Kind of multi-image there that we can look at from different ways. But we're all using technology, but we also have God at the center of our lives, and we're going to use this technology to spread His Word by all sharing together and working with one another. So with that said, good luck. Hope you enjoy the course. Again, if you have any questions, you can either email me, you can use the discussion board, whatever makes it easier for you. Alright, thanks and good luck.